You're going to hear music. Really headphones, Dana.
This is Things I Found Online, starring Joe Cipriano and the lovely and talented Louise Palanker. It says here that you're supposed to buckle in, but I've always been told you buckle up. Buckle up. No?
Buttercup.
Radio legends are exploring the internet. Join us, won't we? And Louise?
Do you like how he says that?
Louise.
Yeah, it just leaves you wanting to know what I'm about to say. And then I have nothing. So
it's a cliffhanger with no payoff.
No payoff.
Amazing.
So we are here
every single week.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, at least I don't disappoint. It's
right,
consistent.
You've got that down.
So we have Sharon Houston.
Hi. Hey.
And Dana Eagle.
Yay!
Space filler.
Sharon and Dana.
Oh, no. I expect more from you than that.
The shirt was a mistake.
My makeup looks good, though, and we're going to talk about it.
I kind of. Oh, yeah, we are.
We're going to talk about it.
We do have some help for that situation.
Yeah, we do.
So let's start with you, Sharon.
No, Dana thinks she looks more gay next to me. I don't believe
more
that.
Like standard lesbian fare, which I am a lesbian, but I just didn't necessarily choose to dress like one.
Are you making some sort of sweeping generality about plaid?
How long is it going to be before Louise realizes I add nothing to this show?
It's gonna be a while.
Never.
Now that you're on mic and we can all hear you, it's brilliant.
Look at that.
I think we should talk about Dana's white strips. That's how she keeps it 100.
Dana has white strips in.
I thought you were supposed to wear them when you sleep.
You are. Well, you have them on during the day?
I wear them for like 15 minutes at a time, but I remembered halfway through the drive, and I threw them on, and I still have like 10 more minutes.
Okay.
I'm not giving up. These are expensive.
We'll cut to that when it's time for Dana to take her white strips out.
Maybe there's a tutorial about using white strips.
There could be. I bet there is.
Man.
Now, according to the internet, Sharon, you are the go-to girl for hidden camera shows. Please explain.
Let's see. I've been on
That's very
Punk'd.
60s.
I've been on. I totally super
that.
60s.
Yeah.
Punk'd. I did the pilot for the reboot of Candid Camera. I did hidden camera. I've done tons of hidden camera show pilots.
Yeah.
There's 2 series.
As the host?
No, as one of the actors, as the Fanny Flagg.
Yeah.
So I was always punking people or pulling over the bits. One show was called Celebrities Undercover, which me and my friends call Celebrities with Fake Noses, because the disguises were absolutely horrific.
Oh no.
But it was a fun show. So so I've done a ton of hidden camera. Sadly, still hidden.
So what do? You walk up to unsuspecting pedestrians and you say, "Hey, your grandma's on fire," or how does it go down?
So whether it's a famous person or a regular person, what you do is you get them into a pickle. Or you create a pickle and then you blame them.
Ooh,
exactly.
Yes.
So let's say Louise walks into the room and I knock over water and it burns up a fake power board that we set up ahead of time.
Right.
And the sound engineer's like, "Oh my God." Like I knocked the water over and then Louise walks and then the boss walks in and goes, "Who did this?" And I go, "She did."
She did it.
Yeah.
And then you go, "What?" Yeah,
What?
and then so it's me putting you on the spot and telling jokes, but you're in such shock because you're like, "Why is this girl blaming me that I'm firing jokes away?" And you have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
And then we.
What if I have a gun?
And then you have a mental breakdown.
And then the cameras come out of the hides and they go, "Hey, just kidding."
Just kidding.
Would you sign our release?
It's
and
a
it
joke.
usually ends like that, right?
Yeah, I did one pilot. Oh my gosh, I wish it had gone to series. Dana, you'd have loved it. It was called Bitch Slapped, and it was on E.
Yeah.
And it was where we took these girls that were completely shallow and very rich, and they were like, they wanted to be on a show like The Hills. So we were like, "You're on a new show like The Hills," and we just did all this stupid shit with them. And then I was playing the field producer, but I was also an actor. So they trusted me. Totally. They trusted me. And then I was like, "Let's go to this bag sale downtown. It's all counterfeit, but they look real. I promise you." They were like, "Fuck yeah, let's go." So we take them down to this crappy place where it was this really nice sneaker shop, but then you go around the back and it's like this warehouse filled with counterfeit handbags.
Yeah.
And then we had the cops come in and arrest them. They were crying.
Oh my God.
They were like, "Oh my God, my dad's going to kill me."
Yeah.
And I just thought for sure, I'm like, when we do the reveal, these girls are going to be like, "Fuck you.
Yeah.
We're not signing our list. I'm calling my liar." They were so excited.
Oh my God, we're going to be on.
They were like, "Oh my God. Oh my God." Like I was in shock. I was like, "What? How did this
How
work?"
did that get picked up?
because who knows? I wish that we were devastated.
Wow.
I want to watch that show like all night.
Oh yeah, I might be able to get a
On
copy
loop.
of the pilot for you.
Yes,
Wow.
please.
It was so good.
That sounds like highly enjoyable.
You should. Can you get copies so you can have them up on your website
No,
of shows
not
you've
when
been
it's
on?
not,
No?
shows I've been on, yes, and I do have clips of that, but I
Right,
can't
but
have
not-
something that hasn't aired.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I know.
Because oftentimes those are the real good ones. You
Yeah,
know,
the ones
real
that don't
good.
go to series are the
Yeah.
best ones.
Yes.
Why me?
Oh.
And you also have your own podcast.
I do. I have a podcast called Daytime Justice that started out as a podcast about working on court shows because that's one of my day jobs. I work in TV production. And now it's kind of evolved because I've run out of people to talk to in court show
I
genre.
haven't been on the show.
I would love to have you on the show.
Have you been
actually.
arrested?
No, but
No,
there's
but
still
she's-
there's still
get-
time.
She's willing to
Get arrested.
be arrested.
When maybe
yes.
when I go home with your cameras.
Well, I can have you. I can have you on the show talking about Last Comic Standing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I know a lot of other legal stuff too.
Well, it's not legal stuff anymore. Now it's behind the scenes of any kind of television.
Oh, it's
show.
behind the scenes of any kind of show?
So Daytime Justice started out as behind the scenes on court shows, and now it's about talk shows, reality, everything. So I've had
Oh, wow.
like people come on that have been on Drunk History, and they talk about that process.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good podcast.
Wow.
This week I actually have, since we were talking about Hidden Camera, this week's episode, which launched on Monday, has the co-creator and executive producer of Punk'd on it, and one of the first writers from Punk'd on it.
Nice.
Wow. I've been
That's
backstage
good.
on this show.
Have you?
Let's talk about it. I'll have you on the podcast.
Yeah.
I know people. You should have Teresa, and she can.
I should.
Teresa. She'll
Yeah.
come in. She has hummus.
She knows.
She has hummus.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, she's very sweet.
She
I
is.
auditioned for Punk'd.
Oh, you did which season?
It was one of the. Was it Punk'd or was it Jamie Kennedy? It was one of those kinds of shows.
I loved Jamie Kennedy's show.
And
X, wasn't it the X something? X, you've been X'd or some
yeah,
shit?
yeah. It was one of those. But I just remember that BJ Novak got it. And
Oh,
it was
BJ.
like-
Oh,
yeah.
then that was Punk.
Like, he gets
then.
everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go to Harvard.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I should have gone to Ivy League or at least tried.
At
You know what
least
I mean?
tried.
Or
Exactly.
at least lied.
Yeah.
I want to find this mafia. That's what I got to find. If I got to find that, like they say, there's a lavender mafia. Do you know what I mean? Like the gays that there's the gays that run Hollywood. I'm offended and outraged that they have not made me a huge star. Aren't you? I would.
Yes,
be.
I'm offended they
I'm
haven't
a-
made you a huge star.
Or you too. Like we're both hysterical.
Honestly, I thought I was one. But okay.
Well,
A
I mean,
lesbian
you,
or a huge star?
A huge star.
well, she's a huge star.
Be both.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
Why not be both?
I'm outraged.
Yeah, we're not going to the right parties, you guys. There should be like a Harvard gay party that we should just crash.
Totally. I'll dress like a princess. I'll whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's
How do
go.
you find out about those? Is there a website you can go to? Is there something we can do to find where they are?
I think we need
I
to.
joined Kickball. I joined Varsity Gay League Kickball.
It might be on
Did that help?
meetup.com.
Meetup.com.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We've only had one game so far, and I only made it to first base.
All right, so you joined Kickball.
Kickball's
Was this
fun.
to
Yeah.
advance your career or to make friends?
This was leave the house.
Okay.
kind
Get out of
stuff.
the house.
Yeah.
Those are goals.
Yeah.
Those are goals. Good to set.
Good,
Yeah.
So you went to Kickball, and what happened?
I only got hit with the ball once.
Nice.
I made one out. I made it to first base, and then we drank.
Okay.
But
See,
nobody
that sounds like
offered me any
fun.
big parts yet.
Does anyone ever
Weird.
strike out in Kickball?
Yes, it is
I
possible.
think, I think you can
So you
strike
kick
out.
at
yeah.
the ball and you
Mm,
whiff
And you whiff. Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
You might foul tip it a couple of times and then you whiff.
Yeah.
What
You
does
could follow
whiff
to me.
mean? I've
Yeah.
never heard that in my life.
What, kickball?
Whiff is like you
Whiff?
swing like at a golf ball, but you don't hit it.
Maybe it's an East
That's
Coast
called a
term.
whiff.
Strike.
Well, I'm from Miami. I would have heard it. Whiff. That's
Whiff is a
weird.
complete miss. A total
miss. No, you make no
You
contact.
whiff
with
Did you
any
do that,
ball at all.
Dana? Did you ever have a whiff?
Whiffed it.
Did you ever whiff it?
I haven't had those kinds of opportunities yet because I'm not with the right group.
I'm going to look
She's
up whiff.
drinking. She's drinking too early in the activity. You have to.
You're not
There's
supposed-
no such thing as drinking
You
too
need, like,
early.
You're
one
not,
at bat.
Number
you're
one.
not supposed to drink while you're playing the activity, while you're doing the sport.
if it's
I think it's
kickball,
afterwards.
honestly, there's no rules about when you can drink.
You could, like, the boys had, the gay boys, they had little Jello shots, so it just looked kind of like
Oh, so the
Jello.
idea-
It didn't
How
look
fun.
like. Yeah, you
All
should
right.
join.
Here you go.
I totally should join.
Are you ready? Whiffed or whiff. Number 1, brief or faint smell of,
Okay.
which we all know. Number 2, North American, chiefly in baseball or golf, try unsuccessfully to hit the ball. That's
Okay.
a whiff.
So I used the word properly
Yes,
in
you
a
did.
sentence.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I-
and
That's so weird.
Sharon learned a new word.
I learned a new word.
How about that?
So-
See that?
So we might have gotten off
Things I
base.
found online where you learn new things.
I was like, I don't want to look like a complete idiot. I settled for the fact that I was going to look like an idiot, but I was like, I don't want to look like a complete idiot.
Right.
So then when I was up to kick the ball or up at, I guess you don't call it like up at bat, everyone was and I was like,
Up at foot.
Up at
up
kick.
at foot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did turn to everybody and I was like, just pretend you're not watching. And I felt like because they got
Ignored
involved
you.
in my improv,
Uh-huh.
then I was able to
Oh.
focus.
I think that's a good tactic
Yeah,
because if
that's
you can
very
get
good.
everyone in the outfield to look away,
right.
you have a more likely chance to get on base.
Sure.
Yes.
You may
Yes.
get a
Well,
home run.
More my team. The other team, they had to look.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, okay. They had to look.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Were there uniforms, or was this just a ragtag sort of
We're
kickball?
getting T-shirts, but our team T-shirts didn't come in yet. But we were all supposed to wear blue. But I don't always read things, as Louise knows. When I show up and I'm like, "What are we doing?" And I wore a green T-shirt with a dinosaur on it.
Oh, well, maybe it was St. Patrick's
And
Day.
Bridget McManus called me out right away. She's like, "What are you
What?
doing?" Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Everybody was in blue, and you had a
everyone
green
else
T-shirt
was
with a
polite,
dinosaur.
and Bridget McManus just called me right out on it immediately. That's what she does.
Let's get her on the show.
All right,
Oh,
let's get
she's
her.
amazing. You really should get her on the show.
I would love that. And Sharon, I was Googling you, and it turns out there is a Sharon Houston, Professor Sharon Houston.
Whoa.
She teaches social work at Tidewater Community College.
Tidewater, is that in Virginia?
I don't know where it
I
is.
think it is.
Yeah.
But I will say this about her in case you do get confused with her or receive her mail.
Okay.
She has very, very good standing in ratemyprofessor.com.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And here's a review.
Okay.
Professor Houston is the epitome of what the HMS program is about. Do not take her lightly. She is very thorough and big on classroom participation and discussion. My only gripe was
Yes.
there were a lot of students that would take advantage of her kind demeanor. However, this person had not really learned from Professor Houston that a lot is 2 words. So
Oh, yeah.
Really
I don't know
didn't-
how seriously we
didn't
want to
pay
take
attention.
this.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what HMS is. She teaches HMS. Is
She
that
teaches it, yeah.
Was that? I only know the HMS Bounty in Koreatown.
Joe,
Yes.
what's HMS?
What is
Google
HMS? I'm going to do that right
HMS
now.
Pinafore.
Hot mess school. Hot mess.
Hot mess
she
school.
teaches hot messes.
Maybe the S is for social work and the H and the M are for homemaking.
Homemaking social. Homemaking
HMS.
stuff. She teaches you how to bake in an
So-
easy bake oven.
Yeah. Have you guys recognized or realized or acknowledged that your stand-up sets live forever online?
We're not going to watch them, are we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you
geez.
serious?
Well, we don't have to watch all of it. You can close your eyes and turn around like Dana when she plays kickball. So we have a set from 2010
I think HMS is Harvard Medical School.
No,
can
because
that
it's a
possibly-
Tidewater. It's
She
in
did.
Tidewater, Virginia.
The epitome of what the HMS program.
I think she means HMS Pinafore, which is a musical by
Which is
Gilbert and
that
Sullivan.
Every high school has done.
is it
Every
really?
senior high
Yeah.
school has done since 1964.
I've never heard of that musical, and I was a
Really?
theater dork.
The HMS Pinafore?
Never.
We did it at our high school.
Never.
We should Google a high school production of HMS.
There we go.
I'd
Let's
rather
put
watch
that up.
that than my stand-up from 8 years ago.
Oh, I definitely want to see the stand-up from 8
Stand up,
years
do
ago.
you have that? Because I'm here to
Which
Oh,
one?
I know this one. People
Here we
wrote
go.
really nasty
Well, everybody,
comments
thank
about
you
me on
so
this
much.
you're
one.
welcome.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to wash my hair this morning, so I just threw it back and put a headband on, and I look kind of gay. So I'm all
See?
about follow through. So I threw on the plaid.
I'm dressed like you right now.
There's the
all
plaid.
right.
That's hilarious.
I actually have a lot of lesbian friends. I love them so much, and I love going to the big parade that they have the day before Gay Pride. It's called Dyke March. Have you guys heard of this? It's the day before Gay Pride. They have
I
a
like
big
this
march,
joke for
Dyke
some
March.
reason.
I love this event because I love their motto. Their motto is, "We're marching for lesbian visibility." I think that's hilarious because when you're a woman and you look like a man, I see you. Let's
You're
not
visible.
clog up traffic
Okay,
for that shit. I don't get to see
that
you.
enough
Okay,
of
that's
that?
enough.
enough of
This
that.
venue doesn't even exist anymore, Room 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they shut down.
Where was it? Here in LA? Or?
It was here in LA on La Brea next to the Acme Comedy Theater,
wow.
and it was above a restaurant called something Italian.
Yeah.
It was Adam Carolla owned it, and then
Oh, wow.
then they sold, and it became a place called like Remington's or Paddington's or something, and it was going to be a hip hop club, and then that closed like in a month.
Wow.
Well, before Dana
What a
gets
waste.
too proud
Yes.
and mighty, we
Oh,
do have
shoot.
Dana from
What?
2009.
No. Wait a second. This isn't the underwear bit, is it?
No.
Okay, never mind. Okay,
I
good, good,
love
good.
you.
Can we find the underwear bit?
Do you
No.
think I
Alright.
don't care?
Oh, not that one.
I'm so sorry. Holy crap. Those people suck the life out of you.
Oh, it's talking about people's
I
kids.
took care of my friends' kids. Now I know why they say don't drink during pregnancy, because you're gonna want to drink after.
Is that enough? Are we good?
I think every parent needs a CD with a track in it that goes, brush your teeth. Did you brush your teeth? I told you to brush your teeth. Go brush your teeth. 3, 2, 1. You were an accident.
You were
You are the result of tequila and weed. When I have kids, I'm not putting their pictures in my fridge. I'm just putting up one picture of a Guatemalan sweatshop.
I like this joke.
And next to it, I'll have a plane ticket. You're like, oh, you don't want to clean your room? That's all right. Go get your plane ticket. Go get it.
That's funny.
No, you don't have to pack a bag. You're going to be making your clothes.
See?
Mama
You guys were always
Love
funny.
it.
I looked like I was having more fun there than I do now.
Really?
Yeah, not like right now at this moment.
Oh,
now
okay.
I'm having
Yeah.
a blast.
Yeah.
This is-
You mean like
right.
on stage?
I mean,
This is
on
a
stage,
highlight.
I'm like, oh, I look like I was having fun.
You do look like you're
but
having
it's interesting
fun.
that those are like 8 to 10 years ago, and you guys were already funny. Like I always feel like as in stand-up, like you get funnier every year, but then you watch something you did a long time ago. It's like, I was already funny.
Yeah.
Right?
There is something about the amateur in, which is you don't overthink it, and you just, and especially for stand-up, that works a lot, because stand-up is all about being simple and getting the idea across and when you overcomplicate it, like I tend to be like, oh, I want to be smart, and then and then it's like, well, maybe it was smart, but nobody knows what you're talking about.
No, I think you're still funny.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think you're both still very funny. And Sharon, who I met at Laura Swisher's house,
Yeah.
she gave me the idea for this show today, which is to explore.
That does
Sharon
not
did?
surprise me.
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Things I found online?
We were talking about things I found online, and then Sharon just rattled off all the things that she's learned how to do
Wow.
online through YouTube tutorials.
Yes.
I live for him.
So I booked her on the show, and I was like, do my work for me. Please give me a list of what you've learned to do online. And they go all the way from makeup to auto mechanics. There's a range. There's a range.
And you've done all these, right? You've,
Yeah, I've done all of these things because I don't need a man.
well,
I now just need a computer now.
exactly.
Sometimes you
As
need
far
a
as the
man.
car stuff goes.
You need a man who
That's right.
made a YouTube tutorial. Though.
I do need a man who made a YouTube tutorial.
Sometimes.
Or a
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you put up a
No
shelf?
women have. Well, I haven't found.
Ooh.
I can. But I would have to watch the tutorial. But I can't fix a car.
Wow.
It depends on the make and model. But I will tell you this.
2001 Toyota
I
RAV4.
Yes.
Really?
I'm sure I
RAV4s?
can.
Okay.
I wish I could have found a woman mechanic. I didn't dig deep enough in YouTube to find one that could help me.
That could be a good channel for us to have.
Oh, yes.
Ladies fixing cars.
There's a lady
Oh,
who fixes
my.
cars in West Hollywood or maybe Van Nuys. Ugh,
Wow.
really different places. But I found her. I found her through Miley Flanagan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Miley uses her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start, Sharon. Let's start teaching
Come on,
what
Sharon.
we've
Teach
learned.
us, Sharon.
I'm going to
So-
teach you guys how to do stuff.
Today we are exploring YouTube tutorials with Sharon, and you were more enlightened for having streamed them. Tell us what you have learned. And I'm calling it the YouTube Iversity, right?
Oh,
YouTube
I love
Diversity.
That. That's
Right?
good.
That's very
very
clever.
good.
So let's start
Professor.
with makeup. Now, you took Nikki Tutorials class, yes?
No, well, I didn't take a class. She's just my favorite makeup
No, but
blogger
that's how
on
I'm
YouTube.
just
Oh,
saying
sorry,
because it's
copy
funny
that.
to say
Yes,
it that way,
yes,
like it's a university.
Absolutely.
So you
I took
took-
that class.
yeah.
I graduated with honors.
We'll
I
edit
actually-
it later.
All right, so
She
Nikki,
has a
let's
PhD
talk about
in
Nikki.
cheekbones.
What?
She has a PhD in cheekbones.
Oh.
Sculpting them.
Well, I did. I
Specific.
contoured per her tutorials.
Wow.
So you can see it on the thing.
Oh, really?
And,
So
and
we
I
have-
also highlighted per her tutorial.
So what do you like about Nikki?
I like that she's personable. I like that she really gives you good instruction. She tells you where she buys everything, but all of them do. But with her, she's just really funny, and she's just like a chick you know that you would want to hang out with. And she's from Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's from Netherlands. She's 6 feet tall.
Wow.
She started her YouTube channel because she was like, people pick on me, but I like makeup. And then now she's a phenomenon. I mean, she has
Wow.
like 9 million subscribers.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah,
That's
she's
awesome.
really
9
popular.
million and one. I'm going to subscribe
There
right
you go.
now.
You should.
Dana's
She's
going
great.
in.
When I clicked on the channel, the first YouTube that plays, it sounds like she's having a turf war with another makeup tutorial.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I
click
didn't
on
see it.
Yeah, it was like she was all up in somebody's grill
Hello,
about
guys.
something.
It's me, Nikki.
controversial.
Hello.
in
So
the makeup?
today I am trying something that I've been wanting to try for the longest time. One of my favorite makeup accounts on Instagram, P. Louise Makeup Academy,
not me.
came out with her own eye primer. And not just eye
wearing
primer,
a lot
also
of
an
makeup.
eyeshadow palette.
Wow.
She came out with Hot as
It's a lot
Fire.
of makeup.
It's right here. Normally I would be like,
Right,
oh,
but
no,
color.
let's
Is there
focus on the palette.
Well,
and
okay,
let's
so
have some
let's.
fun.
Can you pause for a moment?
Yeah, let's
Let me
pause.
show you what
Why?
what you're looking at.
There's a lot.
That's a blank canvas.
That's a blank canvas.
Okay.
That's her. She
Oh.
already put her foundation on
Oh, I see.
and her eyebrows on, but
Gotcha.
usually she doesn't have anything on.
Gotcha.
And
How
she
did
starts
she
from
start?
scratch.
So she starts with a blank canvas.
She does wear a lot of makeup because that's her thing. You don't
Wow.
have to wear that much makeup, but she is great at showing you how to.
So can we cut to the end of the movie and see how she's going to look, John?
Let's see if that's possible.
Yeah, let's see how she's going to look.
Look at that. Zoom.
When she completes her
frames that
painting.
Zoom.
There she is.
Dark-skinned beauty gurus
How
out there
pretty.
use this on Instagram,
Make
and
her
it
bigger.
works just
Yeah.
fine,
Make her
and it
bigger.
looks
There we go.
beautiful. So
Wow, what a
I'll let you decide on that.
transformation.
I think they should come out with another tone for deeper skin tones.
I do
yeah,
too.
Shadows blended really nicely on it after that little bit of resistance, but it looks nice. It stays looking nice, and to me, this is better than Select Cover Up by MAC because Select Cover Up by MAC makes my lids very dry.
I was gonna
think
say.
this is
Yeah,
an
I know.
absolute
I
go.
do.
This is an absolute yes. I highly recommend it.
I really
think
like this.
So
it's
that's
and I
great.
like her
fabulous.
glittery
The best
background. And
base,
Louise,
I think.
Yeah.
I think you need a glittery
You need a
background.
I do too. Maybe Nikki could do our background.
Wow.
She always has a different background.
Oh,
Oh, she does.
She always has different backgrounds. Sometimes they're glittery, sometimes they're not glittery.
Maybe she's
Okay.
green screening.
No, I don't think so. I think she's just well, maybe she is. You know what? Maybe she is.
Could be.
No,
It doesn't
when-
look like it, but
Now,
So,
what
yeah,
did
you ask.
what did you learn? Like, what did you learn specifically, or do you just always go in and then when you watch it? Sorry, I'm throwing in two questions at once. And then
I
when
can
you
handle it.
watch it, are you sometimes like, oh, but now before I do it, I have to run to the store and go get another brush or tool or
you know what? I improvise if I don't have what she's asking for.
okay.
But what I love about her is like I have this contour palette and I didn't really know how to work with the colors, and she's like, just use a bronzer. So I started contouring just with a bronzer. She just makes things very simple, and she uses some high end things, some low end things. So I can always find something that doesn't cost so much money that I can incorporate. But most of her stuff is super heavy makeup and very fabulous. That I would only do those kinds of looks when I'm going to something fancy.
Yeah, that's really heavy.
It's really heavy, but I can go out during the day with a little bit of extra, highlighter and some contouring and look fabulous and not feel like I'm in full kabuki. And just, because I learned some cool things from her tutorial.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
what's today for you? Is today regular for you?
Today's regular with a little bit of extra. It's a little
Okay.
extra for a regular.
It's very. It's
Yeah,
great.
you look
Oh,
great.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you,
Like,
thank
I
you.
walked in and I was like, "Ooh, she got all dressed up." and stuff.
Yeah, I got all dressed up.
So let me look at the rest of your schedule.
Okay, yes.
You're also
Okay.
taking hair with
I love this lady.
makeup wearables.
Makeup wearables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all hair, but she's called makeup wearables. Very weird. She's Korean.
That is strange. Yeah.
She's fabulous.
Yeah. So do we have her?
Hair?
It's hair, but the thing is, she's got a lot of hair. I don't have a lot of hair, but
So you have to get a contour palette and extra hair.
yeah, you have to. I have extra hair. I bought some.
Ooh.
She's her hair coloring when she colors her hair. She's amazing. She's amazing. So I follow all her tutorials for like, oh, your hair's dirty. What are you going to do? You want to put a cool ponytail? And she'll show you how to do
Wow,
a cool ponytail. Very easy. And she's an older lady. So when she recommends certain hair color, if you're going to do it at home, she recommends the right type. And she encourages you to mix colors, which I did the last time I colored my hair. And I was able to lift my color a couple of shades, which means making it lighter.
Yeah.
Because the box color I was using was making it almost black. And that's not my hair color.
That's what Dana's doing with her teeth.
Yeah, Dana's lifting her teeth, lifting the color a couple
Is
of
it
shades.
time?
I think it's time.
How long have you had him in?
Yeah, that's been in there a long.
don't know.
We've been on the air for a
Wait,
half
I
hour.
have a question for you. You must have like a gift card to Sally's beauty
No.
supply shop.
No.
You just get all your. Because that's the one thing when I go to the pharmacy, maybe I'm going to the wrong place. Like I always find cosmetic stuff and hair stuff is really expensive.
It's
Like
very
even
expensive,
a comb
yeah.
is like $8.
Not at CVS. I mean, at CVS, if you
What was
buy.
the thing you just told me about? It was $200 for just a
Oh,
a
that's
little
that
something.
cream called La Mer. It's like
Okay.
a beauty cream, but I don't use any of that expensive stuff.
Gotcha.
Like the blush that Nikki likes to use, her favorite blush is Luminoso by Milani. It's a drugstore brand. It's $7 for
Isn't
blush.
that Donald Trump's wife's name?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent away for her.
But you can get the blush at CVS. Yeah, he didn't get her at CVS.
So,
You
and
were
then
both of you in perfect harmony with that. That was
We
beautiful.
were like, yeah, that's
we know
that's
where
her.
the punchline is. And for car repair, your instructor is BMAC Vags. I don't know if that's his real name.
BMAC Vags?
Yeah. So what did you need? What did you need done on your car?
So I used to drive an old Volkswagen
Right.
Beetle, 2001. It was cute and it looked
Cute.
new.
Yeah.
But it was a pain in the ass. And to change the headlight, you have to take a bunch of stuff out in order to get in there to find the bulb.
Mhm.
And whenever I took it to a mechanic, he would roll his eyes and then it would take forever and I'd have to pay him $20 and he was such a piece of shit about it. I'm like, there's got to be a YouTube tutorial for this.
Wow.
So then I started changing my own headlights and taillights. I even had to buy parts on eBay because the dealer didn't have certain parts when I had
You're
to replace.
good. I would be frightened to do this.
Here's the question. When you changed your headlights, did you do it in full hair and makeup? With a glitter background?
No, I didn't. I wish I had.
Okay.
Oh,
next
my.
time.
have
Next
him?
time.
Do we have him,
Next
John?
time.
Yeah.
Well, I bought a new car, so
Oh,
What kind of car do you
what'd
have
you get?
now?
I got a Honda Fit.
All right.
I love
Nice.
it. It's a little
What is that?
6-speed. It's like a little tiny. It's just like an economy car. It's
Okay.
not
Go ahead and play
fancy, but
him.
it's
Cute.
cute.
Down.
Very cute.
So this is BMAC Vags. I don't know. That's probably his license plate.
BMAC
Right?
Vags.
Yeah.
We have a phone call coming in.
How to change? See, this
have a
was
call coming in.
specifically
Fabulous.
what she needed to find. There is a movie for it
Yeah,
This next video is about how to change a headlight bulb.
in Britain.
I like him because he's British.
Oh, you like his accent.
I mean, I just like the tutorial.
Okay, sure.
Oh, he is.
and
nice
all the junk is in the trunk.
cobblestone
Right.
streets.
Oh, my
So the
God.
next step is to raise this lever.
You have to raise the lever.
It's a lever.
That's
Wait
right.
till you see what a pain in the ass it is
Yes,
to change
it
a
looks
bulb
all,
on a.
I'd give up right now. I would never do this.
You have to take so
Gotta
much
lift
stuff
that
out.
lever.
Oh, my God.
And I don't know how the men do it because I
That's
have
the
tiny
lever
little
we've got
hands,
to
so
lift
I'm able to get in there
Yeah.
and untwist things and unscrew things.
Yeah.
These guys have
That's the
man
lift up.
hands.
But you have to push that in first.
They use Donald Trump.
That has to go in
Yeah.
first.
Right in
That's
there.
like a lock-in mechanism for this
Tiny
lever
hands,
here.
Trump.
So I'm going to push that
He
in
has
first,
sweatshop
and then I'm going to look to
hands.
raise that up.
All right, so
Well,
we
expect
get
that
the
to be quite
idea that
Oh
this
my
guy.
God.
I mean, you're so resourceful. I'm
You
really
are.
proud of
It's
you.
Been sitting episode
That's
one.
Well,
fantastic.
I am of Cuban heritage, and we are the MacGyvers of the Latin community.
Oh,
so
well, there you go.
we
Oh,
do
really?
like to fix things, and yeah,
Okay, that's good to know. I'll show you around. I have a couple of.
I might be able to actually fix those things, Louise. I'm not joking.
Yeah. Wow, Louise.
I believe that.
And then
You could finally
you,
get something done around here.
you took old school 1964 for introductory window regulator. Do we have that?
What?
Window
So my
regulator.
my window. Here's why I did this myself. My window regulator. It's the thing where you go, and if the window goes up and down.
Yeah.
It's,
I don't make
yeah.
the sound, but you can.
And with the new Beetle, watch how weird it is. So
Okay.
you have to take the whole door off.
Oh, God.
It's not that hard, you
Oh,
guys.
my
Repair
God.
Window regulator.
Now this guy's Latino. I think he's in
Part that makes
Philadelphia.
the window go up and down. Again, on my wife's car.
Oh, sure, it's his wife's car.
Yeah. So
Whoa.
see how it just falls down. So
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
have to do is you have to take the
I'd say
window
something wrong
out.
with
You'll
it.
see how he does
Okay.
it, and you tape the.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start with removing this little cover
So
here.
here's why. I'll tell you.
And then
Yeah.
on the bottom of the door, there are
No.
3 torque screws.
Yeah, go ahead. And,
I mean, you can fast forward a little bit because you'll see what it takes a while to get through just getting the door off.
I would end up with
my
a
gosh.
car door.
You did
with
all this?
no-
Yes, it took forever, but I'm glad I did it because you just have to replace that. See that
panel
apparatus? It's like a
The white thing?
the white thing, but also the band there.
Oh, yeah, the band. Okay, I
See
Right,
that?
motor.
Yeah, that's the motor.
Yeah.
And then you just have to
All
replace.
the electronics.
See the
wires,
and then you take it out
all
and you put
are right
that back
on
in because
the panel itself.
what it has is it operates this little arm that slides the window
Wow.
up and down.
Wow.
Does that make
I just
sense?
thought it was magic.
No, it's a thing. But I will tell you the reason I did this is because when my window wouldn't go down, so I went to this mechanic and I was like, "How much is it going to cost to fix?" And he went, "Oh,
Oh, man.
Oh,
just
when they
the
do
part
that.
alone is $600." And I was just like,
Really?
"You're a fucking liar." So I go online, I buy the part for $25, and I
Wow.
fix it myself.
Damn.
I did do something
You were
like that.
badass.
I did something
What'd you do?
similar, except Toyota wanted to charge me a certain amount to replace the entire computer, which it turned out there was a recall on, but I missed the range
window.
because they don't notify you to let you know. So then I was gonna do that, and then went to go. I think I went to go buy the part on eBay because I saw the thing, and then the guy on eBay turns out was in Van Nuys, could do it for me, so I let someone else do it for me, which was better. But now I have to fix my tape deck, so maybe I'll do that with the
Really?
YouTube.
Yeah.
Wait, your tape deck that you put cassette tapes in?
Well, actually, what I do is I put in the cassette tape with the wire so I could plug in my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
Or else I could replace it and
What
get it.
year are we in right now?
2001.
Wow.
Toyota
That
RAV4.
was the year that I was in, and that's what I had to do. But now I have a.
Now
There was still
I'm
a
telling you-
cassette tape deck in a 2001. Wow.
and a CD player.
I'm going to introduce you
Well,
to my
that's-
broker who got me my car. I only pay $150 a month for a brand new car.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I really like my car, though.
I loved my
like,
car.
Like now it feels a little bit like a challenge. Like, how long can we make it go?
The
She
Toyota will
doesn't
go
want
for
to
a
cheat
long
on her
time.
car.
What?
That Toyota will go for a long time, but I for the longest time I was like you, and I'm like I love this Volkswagen, and I had like a personal attachment to
Yeah,
it.
that's how I feel.
And
yeah,
then
because
once
you
I
built
got
it
rid,
yourself.
yeah, because totally like we were BFFs.
Yes.
And then when I got rid of it, I was like, why didn't I
Yeah,
do this sooner?
exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's like breaking up when you're dating the wrong person. It's like
which is
after-
my whole career,
Right.
my whole dating life.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that
What is
that's
your
very
car,
relatable.
Dana?
We don't
What-
like change. Us humans, we don't like change.
What do you have, Dana?
I have a 2001 Toyota RAV4.
Toyota RAV4.
So it's a compact SUV.
Yeah.
It's about the same length as a Camry, though they do always charge the extra $1 at parking places and stuff like that. As though,
No, because it's an SUV.
Tacky.
Oh, my
right.
goodness.
But now when they make the SUVs, they make them longer because they
Yeah.
get better safety ratings. So mine's still a little shorter, so I like that. But I actually want Monster, and maybe I'll look this up. I want to get Monster tires on it. Like I really want to. My next car, I really want it to be like a monster truck to go with my lesbian shirt.
Oh yeah, that'd be tremendous.
So maybe I could, but I wasn't sure if you could like just put on giant tires or if you
Yes.
have to like change your shock system and stuff.
No, you just need the plaid shirt and you're good.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right after this.
All right. So Kyle Stedman teaches an interesting class. He teaches Audacity.
I love Audacity.
Which
I
you-
mean, I use it Audition now, but
Right.
Oh, that's
so
the
okay. So
audio
what's the difference
editing.
between Audacity and Audition?
Audition is
Audition is part of the
Audition is part of the Creative Cloud suite.
Yeah.
I like Audition better because you just can move things around easier. It's more like editing. It's more
this
like video editing software
But
versus.
it's audio only, right?
Yeah,
You're
it works like Pro Tools, whereas Audacity does not.
Right.
Audacity's very. I mean, a lot of people love Audacity. I liked it
It's
a lot.
more basic.
It's a little bit more basic. It's not as intuitive. It's not as flexible.
Is it like the iMovie of?
Yeah,
audio?
I guess you could call it that. Yeah,
But it's
So-
open source.
And John, you
it's
use
open source,
but it's
guys.
free.
It's
Audacity
free.
is free.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
free.
you're right.
and you use Pro Tools for our podcast, right, John?
Correct.
Correct. Did
'Cause
you ever
you have a budget.
Did you ever use any
Yeah.
tutorials to figure out how
I
to
don't
do
have-
something? Because at home you use Logic. In your studio, you used Logic, right?
Logic and Pro Tools. Yeah.
Did you ever use YouTube tutorials to figure out something?
I still do.
Yeah, you still do, right?
Yeah.
What
Oh,
about
yeah.
you, Thomas? All the time?
It's better than
time.
message boards.
I actually spent like
It is.
a summer interning at Kodak, and they didn't have like any work for me to do, so I just spent the whole time just on Lynda, watching tutorials on how to learn other programs. Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
great. That's awesome.
All right, so let's show Kyle teaching us Audacity because
Alrighty.
this is just a free download, right?
Yeah,
So
Audacity.
for comics,
yeah.
we just need
introduction
simple.
to the very basics of using Audacity. I want
Yes.
to cover recording into Audacity. I want to cover some very simple editing and getting some things like music into it. So here I already have the program installed. If you want more details, you could always go to Audacity's website. They have this great page on mixing and narration with background music. You can Google that and read much more details, much more professional than I'm going to do. What I'm going to do first
thanks,
is make
John.
sure that I have already
Question
plugged in
for
my
you technical guys.
Yes.
Explain ScreenFlow. I think he was using ScreenFlow there, correct?
Right. ScreenFlow is an app that basically records what your screen is showing at any given time, which is what these guys do. So before they
Oh,
start,
that's cool.
right. So before they start the tutorial, they boot up ScreenFlow, and there's other ones too, which basically records whatever you see visually on the screen.
Love that.
Wait a second. Are you giving us a tutorial on how to give
Make a tutorial?
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
getting a little heady.
Oh,
That's
it
how
gets-
deep it gets here.
And that's
I
coming
think-
up later in the show.
Wow.
I've covered it all.
I think
You've got
QuickTime.
it all.
Yeah. Mac has it built in, so.
Oh, Mac has
has it
ScreenFlow?
built in?
Is that what kids use if they do Twitch, if they show like gaming videos, they use ScreenFlow?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, depends, but yeah.
All right. I have to
The
learn
nice-
how do you activate ScreenFlow on a Mac.
Right.
With Mac, it's just in QuickTime. You literally hit File, New,
Really?
and then
Wow.
screen recording.
How about that?
What have you been doing this whole time?
Just kind of sitting here.
It's just been
So to further the discussion here, I think the difference too is ScreenFlow lets you use multiple files and lets you put in music and things, so you can actually use it as a little video editor, not just capturing what's on your screen. So it captures what's on your screen, and then you can edit your video afterwards.
Edit it later.
Yeah.
Wow.
And is that one free? ScreenFlow?
It is not free, but I think there is a demo or something with limited features, but it's not too crazy expensive. I think it's like $40 or $50.
Okay.
So, Joe, have you learned anything from YouTube?
I learned how to put together a pneumatic chair.
You did?
Yes. And you know what? It was a lot easier than I thought. I would never tackle anything like what you're doing. That's just crazy. But I had bought this chair, and I needed to learn how to put it together. And, you open up and you look at the direction, and it's like, forget it. I mean, this is, A with B and C. Nothing looks like it does.
Yeah.
It's better to watch somebody do it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's the best way to learn how to do it. And I did it like that.
I don't know, Joe. Anything with the word pneumatic sounds complicated to me.
It does. Although I never had to touch the pneumatic part.
Ooh.
That was self-contained.
You always have to ask first.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just... I learned the Macarena. They have that. I actually learned how to put together a drum kit. And
oh, yeah?
Yeah, creating Twitter banners. I made a WordPress site. I'm doing graduate work in Canon photography tips.
Oh.
That's always fun.
Wait, you're getting a graduate degree from YouTube?
YouTube, what did I call it? It wasn't... Yeah, YouTubeversity.
YouTubeversity.
So if you watch more than 3, I think you have your requirements. You have to get your base level, and then if you're up to like really tricky things, like if it's like 3 menu clicks in on your Canon camera, that's graduate work.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of
I get
loans?
that.
You have a lot of school loans now?
Yes. Yes. So I did some YouTube tutorial deep diving, and I found that there are thousands of videos on how to open a jar.
Amazing.
And each of them has hundreds of thousands of views. It's insane.
What are the comments like on those?
Let's just click on one and look at the comments. Are people like, I'm confused. You turn to the left.
I'm in Australia.
Like John
What
or
do I
Thomas,
do?
can you just read some random comments?
I can't see that
Jesus, just get to the point.
That's a good one.
I watch videos like that where I'm like, I need it to go faster. But that's the cool
Please.
thing is on YouTube, you could go into the settings and then set it to go like time and a half.
Oh, that's right. You
Or
can.
double time. Yeah.
I like this one. It says, "Yo, man, thanks. Now I can chow some pickles."
It's always like pickle jars. It's like, who needs pickles? How essential are pickles?
Oh my God, I love pickles.
But you have to get the jar open like now.
Because it's one of those things where
crackers
you
are in a box,
Right.
In 1 more month, she's going to be pickling her own pickles.
I might.
pickles.
Yeah. Totally.
So I scrolled down to find like maybe like the least popular jar opening, and they were all like extremely popular.
You're
like if
kidding.
you want to be YouTube famous, just make a jar opening video.
Good grief.
Most of them. All right. So I found
How many is that? Is that
Ed Lewis.
1,800? 1,000?
Ed Lewis.
Can't see it.
And this is him amending an earlier jar opening tutorial because he was concerned about deadly consequences.
Oh,
That's
my.
hysterical.
So
with a knife. Actually, a couple days ago, I made a video showing how to open a jar kind of like this. You have this, you take this.
My grandma taught me how to
tap
do
it,
that.
You make some dents on the top, it makes it easier to open. But then I got a bunch of comments from people on Instructables, where I also posted it, who had 2 things to say. One of them was that I'm going to be killing people with shards of glass because they're going to be breaking off tiny pieces of glass that will then work their way to slicing your throat and making you choke on your own blood, or slicing up your body and otherwise just wrecking your complete person and then die.
Which is a whole other tutorial.
I want to see a video of that.
Is really big.
Exactly.
Dana's like, I want that
Usually
video.
when glass
But
breaks,
you have to
it's
see
like-
what he actually does here because I'd never
really
seen it
kinda
done before.
shatters, especially in that.
He
kind of
does it
case,
in
and
this?
also
He
in the
does. He
30+
has a
years I've
technique
been
that I have
doing
not
it,
yet seen.
it's never been a
Yeah, you
problem.
knock on your neighbor's
Other people
door.
I know
And you
who've
ask
been
for
doing
help.
it
That's what I do.
This is where you need the man.
That is when you need the man.
Well, he's a man, apparently.
I have one man neighbor, and I always go up. I'm like,
Okay,
hey,
wait.
dude.
Okay, watch what he does
What you
with
do
his
is
knife.
You put your knife in here.
Yeah.
In the
Oh, and you
crack,
just kinda-
and you
Yeah.
twist.
Yeah.
And that breaks the seal, and then you can really open it really easily. So I'm gonna try it now.
Oh,
You heard that pop?
There it is.
Yes.
It's very
I
satisfying.
would think that you would more easily slice your neck open
Actually, it
trying
makes
to
it
do
super
that.
easy.
Totally.
Wow.
Then knocking on
Because like, what if
So,
it
yeah,
slides
that also
off
really
and
works. I would also
stabs
recommend that.
I would
small
definitely cut
puppy in the
myself.
neck? Yeah.
Did you realize he set up a camera?
Yeah, he did.
He put this stuff
Oh,
out.
Ed's busy. Yeah.
He had to get a jar. He had to get a jar that was hard to open.
Right.
Then he had to take the stuff, move it to his computer, use his Pro Tools, make titles. He has to go in and what's all that stuff you have to do? Like where you have to put in all the words that help with
called
the search.
typing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
SEO.
Yeah,
You have to put
SEO.
Oh, yeah,
search
yeah.
engine optimization.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
And that's not even. We don't even know how many takes he did. That's just a take we
No,
saw.
but also like cut to him the night before laying in bed going, all right, first I'm going to say this. Like he's got the framework,
Yeah.
and then he,
And how
yeah.
many
my
jars did he go
God.
through? He probably didn't do that on the first jar. That's
Oh,
like
wow.
12
How do you even know if
jars.
that jar was like stuck?
That's true.
I mean-
he put in the sound effect later. That, yeah.
But it really was a satisfying sound. So good for you, Ed. That was a
Yes.
great. And then I found tutorials on how to make tutorials, Dana. So we can complete this
See
link.
that? There you go, Dana.
So this is Austin Evans.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make a tutorial about just pick something that you know something about, and you're like, well, how do I even
Putting on shoes.
Right.
Okay.
If you wanted to instruct people on like toes first, whatever
Sock-
your methods.
Socks. Well, socks first.
So do we have Austin?
Socks first, then shoes.
Just know, I want to see
know
what
that.
before Austin comes on screen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can predict his first words are going to be, "Hey guys." Every tutorial, "Hey guys, it's
I
Sharon."
love it.
Hey guys.
What is
Hey guys, it's
Hold on a second.
I watch a lot of tutorials.
Wow. Today I'm here with a tutorial showing you how to make a tutorial.
I love him.
So in my couple of years,
He's like huge now.
Is he?
He's huge, and I went to school with a guy who shoots all his videos now. He makes a lot of money.
Is he
Like,
from
so
Sweden?
friendly.
He seems
yeah,
foreign.
no, he's very nice.
So how long ago was this one made?
This looks really old. I don't know.
Wait, what's his name?
It's like 3 or 4
Austin
haircuts
Evans.
ago.
He's a huge tech person in
Yeah,
like
he-
the tech industry.
2011.
So
All right.
7 years ago, 8 years
So if you
ago.
click
7
on
years
Sharon
ago.
now,
Yeah, so maybe he's
Oh, maybe
15,
he's
now
gone
he's
through
20.
puberty.
Yeah, he may have. Oh, there he is now.
we were
He's
gonna
had a
this is him
haircut.
now. This is like.
Oh,
How
look,
many
he
subscribers
does
does he
a
have?
haircut. Oh, look at him. He's
Oh, I liked the long hair.
he's all buffed out now.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he-
that-
he's
is
like an
that
attractive
him?
young
He's
man.
all zucked
You're
out.
kidding.
That's
Zucked
him?
out. He's all
YouTube
zucked
University.
out. Wow.
Dude.
We're
3
gonna-
million subscribers.
That's
Oh, wow.
cuckoo.
All right,
Well-
so he taught you how to make a tutorial and taught himself, and here he goes.
How to get a
Where he is
haircut
now.
and to
So
go
one
to
of
the gym.
And then I thought one of the things that would be really useful for us would be like how to make an interesting podcast, because we so far, yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's 4 pillars of how to make a successful podcast from
Okay.
knowledge for men. Do you have that one,
Wait,
John?
successful and interesting are two
Welcome
different
to the
things.
lecture.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
4 pillars of a successful podcast.
Ah, the pillars.
And as you know, my podcast has
Pillar.
become quite successful in a short amount of time.
That's Andrew.
And I've looked at what I'm doing and what other successful podcasters are doing.
All right.
And I've broken it down into 4 pillars that make
4
a
pillars.
successful
Get
podcast.
to it.
Number
Always use
one
the word
is
pillar.
high quality content.
High quality
It's
content.
the content that can't
I don't believe
We
that.
got that right here.
All right,
about
so
that.
you can
Right
fade that
here.
down.
that can't.
High quality. We didn't thought of that. We hadn't.
He doesn't even
We
have.
should have.
He doesn't even know to look at the camera when he
I
talks.
know. I was gonna say he doesn't even have a light.
There's people that are just making things and talking about things, and it's fascinating. Like he sat there and said, "What do I have to share?" And maybe that one is 5 years old too. But I'm going to give you his 4 pillars because I think
I
they're
wanna
good
hear the
pillars.
pillars.
Yeah, I
so
wanna
the
hear
first one was
Content.
Content.
Oh my God, I thought
content.
you
Then
said
he had
cunt.
consistency, which is if you say it's going to be on every day or every week, it has to.
well,
it has to be on every
That
day. or
is,
every week.
that is true.
Building relationships with listeners and guests, which I try to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I was nice to you guys, right?
Well, Dana's been
Oh,
here
totally.
twice, right?
And she came
And
back.
I have to say, after the first one, she donated to the 5K walk I was doing.
I did.
Oh,
First
we-
donor too.
Did you walk all 5Ks?
Yeah, I did.
Did
It's
you
not
walk
that bad, is it? I did a 5K and I was
Yeah.
surprised that I was like fine afterwards.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was easy.
But
It was on
did you-
UCLA, and I got a lot of free stuff. Too.
Did you cure cancer? Because that was the goal.
I did. I cured my own. Too bad for everyone else, but yeah.
All right. Well, it's a start.
I didn't know you had cancer.
I did.
Oh, Jesus.
She had lazy cancer.
I had lazy
So-
cancer though.
Was, is that
so
Hodgkin's?
I did a lazy 5K, the non-Hodgkin's. Yeah,
Non-Hodgkin's,
very good.
yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode about
Oh, no, I had
it.
a friend who had the lazy non-Hodgkin's.
Oh,
That's how I
really?
know about it, yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I never met
So-
anyone
Oh
that says
my.
that.
So we're building relationships, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm doing that. I'm
Okay.
talking about your 5K and your health and
We
everything.
should all go out to dinner later.
And then the fourth one, which I really should look into,
Yes.
is be yourself.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
It's a pillar.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay.
I don't know if I agree
think
with
in
that.
stand-up, here's what I think in stand-up or in podcasting is like you take an aspect of yourself and you amplify it, but it doesn't have to be your entire personality.
Right. No, I was. I
Why? What's
think,
wrong with my personality?
I mean,
Mine.
where do we begin?
I have to say most stand-ups are a little different on stage than they are off stage, but like Sharon, I find is very similar.
Similar,
Like,
yeah.
She's very extroverted and friendly and very open too.
Her makeup is on point always.
Thank you. But I think you have to be yourself. But I think what makes people and their podcast work is having a really strong opinion.
Well,
Like
I
you're
disagree.
right.
How's that? How's that?
That's excellent.
very good, Weeze.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
That
And being
is
willing
true.
to be controversial or to say something edgy and hold to it.
What have we done tonight that was edgy?
I think we're going to
That
set a mattress
window.
on fire, which I think is very popular
right.
on YouTube. Yeah. All right, so we have some business to take care of.
Uh-oh.
Oh Jesus!
This is a feature called Facebook Feed Time. I named it myself.
Facebook Feed Time.
So this is where I look through Facebook for anything funny that a friend posted.
Alrighty.
It's a very simple feature.
Oh,
This
I
is,
almost posted something today, but
you're
then I
often
didn't.
funny.
I didn't post
I may have even featured you in this before because
really?
because I'll just pick out, and the comedians are the funniest ones on Facebook.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's also called stealing other people's material, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
but she's helping him market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
I got
like
it.
footnoted
Okay,
and. So this is from my friend Linda Brown, and she just wrote simply, "I'm not dead, but thank you for the condolences." So there's someone famous named Linda Brown passed away, and who is Linda Brown? The other Linda Brown, the dead one, is
A precious light.
in 1953, a 9-year-old Linda Brown was blocked from attending the all-white Sumner Elementary School in Topeka,
my.
Kansas. Her case, bundled with 4 similar complaints, made its way to the Supreme Court of the United States of America, and the decision in Brown versus the Board of Education led to the desegregation of schools in America. 75-year-old Linda Brown has died in Topeka, Kansas.
Because before Brown versus Board of Education, there was Plessy versus Ferguson,
Explain.
which said Plessy versus Ferguson said separate but equal.
Right.
And then Brown versus Board of Education said separate can't be equal.
I love that.
Wow.
See, we humans we think we know, and then our experiences teach us that we didn't know, and it's like Maya Angelou says, when you know better, you do better. So,
But I did know about this shirt before, and I still
and she still made the
Selected
decision.
it.
to wear- I think it looks cute.
I like it
I don't know
too.
why you're beating yourself up for
No,
that
I mean,
shirt.
it's a great shirt.
Thank you.
Yes.
and then our next feature is called "What's Twitter Trending."
Okay.
And I looked to see what was trending, and it's like the top trending thing today was hashtag National Joe Day. And so Bradley
God.
Corton
There he
tweeted a
is.
photo of Joe Biden and said, "I think I'm celebrating this correctly."
How about
And
that?
I would have to agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Are you on Team Joe?
Well, I am on Team Joe.
Yeah.
I love Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I was thinking of wishing my friend Joe Wagner
There
a
you
happy
go.
Joe Day.
There you go.
I know Joe Wagner.
Yeah, I forgot
he's
his-
a good guy too.
He's a good
Yeah.
guy, and his name's
I
Joe.
even like him better than Joe Biden.
I don't like him better than Joe Biden, but I do
Right.
like him.
Joe is a likable name.
It really
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Yes.
Such a
I don't
likable
know
name.
any shitty guys named Joe.
I don't
Right.
either. My
There's no-
godnephew's name is Joe. Happy
See?
Joe Day, Joe.
Nice guy.
Joe or Joey Wheeler. Ask the Foodie tweets. In the 30s, Joe was used as a description of the average man.
Yes.
Here are 5 theories as to the origin of the Cup of Joe.
Cup of Joe.
Oh, interesting. I want to
Cup of
hear
Joe.
this.
Number 1.
Number
Look
one,
at that,
Joe is
Joe.
a term used as a description of an average ordinary gentleman. A beverage involving the word Joe would indicate it is for the common, typical man.
Yes.
What about the common woman, you guys?
There's
Fuck
Joe
this.
from Facts
Well-
of
Fuck
Life.
this segment.
Josephine.
We'll get it.
Thus, a cup of Joe translated to a cup of coffee for the average man, made
Yes.
popular by the G.I. Joe soldiers.
And there he is.
Average men who enlisted in the military
Go Joe.
in the 1930s and 1940s during World War II. Isn't that interesting?
What's
yeah,
number
it
2?
was a way to get people to enlist, right? They're like, oh, he's an average guy.
Average
or
Joe.
like
We need
free
you
coffee.
here.
Free coffee.
Well,
the
I
army.
think we're two different things. What you're talking
I'm saying
about
different
was-
things. Yeah, no, they were the marketing. The whole marketing thing for that was like everyone's doing it,
Right.
even the average Joe.
Even the average
and
Joe.
you're probably an average Joe by
Is
But
that
you
how
could be in
G.I.
the
Joe got
military.
his name too, Joe?
probably.
Probably so. I would think so. Yeah.
He was
Absolutely.
above average. He didn't have a penis.
When I had to go because I have to get a lot of stuff done with my stomach because of lazy cancer,
Right.
and so I needed a new gastroenterologist,
Right.
and there was a guy named Joel Joel Feinstein. Dr. Joel Feinstein.
Yes.
And I wanted to go to him so I could tell everybody that I was seeing G.I. Joel.
Ah!
That was terrible. Okay.
Oh, my, Dana.
Yeah.
That's
now the
good.
shirt doesn't seem so good. Next to my jokes. Next to my puns. Okay, it was named, Cup of Joe. It was named after the Secretary of the U.S. Navy, Admiral Josephus Joe Daniels, who abolished wine or alcohol on Navy ships in 1914. Thus, coffee, the next best thing, not really, was the beverage of choice for the sailors.
Interesting. I'm still with number
You're
one.
still with one?
Number 3, Joe is derived from Java, a term used by Americans for coffee during the 19th century, when the island of Java in Indonesia was a major source of the world's coffee.
Wouldn't it be
I like
Ja?
that one. That one makes sense to
But
me.
that would be
Yeah.
Ja then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Ja.
But that makes sense. Cup of
Ja.
Joe.
the
Cup of
Latin
Joe.
Ja.
Cup of Joe.
Ja is
Cup of
Joe.
Joe.
Okay.
Ja.
Okay. Yeah.
Joe.
I believe that.
What do you got?
A mispronunciation of cappuccino, a coffee drink with microfoamed milk or chaud, the French term for hot.
Oh.
I don't know if I could
I
talk
don't
about
believe
coffee
that.
this long
I
without
don't believe
having
that.
coffee.
Do you want a sip of my coffee? It's a Dunkin'
You have
Donuts.
coffee?
Yeah, I
Oh.
brought it with me.
I love
course
Dunkin'
you did.
Donuts
Teresa
coffee.
can
Me
make you
too.
coffee.
Oh.
What do you got?
She
What's
gave me
next?
jicama.
Where'd you get Dunkin' Donuts coffee?
I brew it at home.
Oh, so good.
I'm no
There's
dumbass.
a video for that.
There's a
There is
video.
a video.
It's a
There's
YouTube tutorial of
Yeah.
how to make coffee.
She
in a
gets it
coffee
shipped
maker.
in
Joe?
from Jersey.
Named after Joe Martinson, who owned a coffee company in New York, where the aroma of roasted coffee saturated the neighborhood. Oddly enough, his neighbors did not like the pungent smell, so the term was used negatively.
I like that one. That one makes sense to me. That's like
In
that's
New
how
York.
Americans think. Like this whole neighborhood smells like Joe.
Cup of Joe. And then they got rid of it and they're like, oh, now it smells like urine. Because it's New York
Welcome
City.
to New York.
So are we
Yes.
supposed to guess which one is true?
I think
What do
it's
you
meant
think,
to be a
Dana?
mystery. We'll never know.
I'm going to go
You
with,
don't have the
I'm
answer?
going with
I
the
don't.
one that I read. This is the worst game ever.
Yeah.
I thought you
Well,
were
there's
going to
no
tell us
answer.
the
No,
answer.
the internet just says these are what we think could be.
The man named Josephus, why we call coffee a cup of Joe. Have
Josephus.
you ever wondered why the slang term for coffee is a cup of Joe? The phrase has been in use since World War I, but the original term, coined by sailors in the Navy, was actually a cup of Joseph Daniels.
Yeah, that was here.
There you go. That's
Number
what,
2.
That's what comes up
That's what
first.
it was.
Oh, that's
You
what comes
were
up
the winner.
first.
First.
Really?
Yeah.
So we have a winner.
Dana, you win.
Yep.
I win.
So
I want
Joe,
I want a
has
cup
anyone-
of water.
We have our own Joe right here.
Hello, I'm
Has
Joe.
anyone wished you a happy National
No one
Joe Day?
has wished me a happy Joe Day. No.
I think
Happy
I did.
Joe
on-
Day.
Wow, happy
Thank you
Joe
very
Day.
much. Thank
Happy
you.
Joe
Thank
Day.
you.
I wished you one on Twitter.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
When
was
is-
yes? When was it? Was it recently?
Joe Day is today.
Today.
That's today.
Have you been listening to the podcast?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just woke up.
He needs more coffee.
He needs more coffee. Yeah.
Needs another cup
Cup
of
of Joe, please. Cup of Joe.
So I think that's it. That's all I
Yes.
have on my piece of paper.
Well, that's
Does
good.
anyone else have anything that they like to plug or talk
Oh, yes,
about?
I have something
Yes.
I want to
please,
plug.
plug.
Dana, you go first.
Yeah.
Plug.
Well, Sharon. Okay.
Okay.
Except I can't get it. If you go to my website, go to Oops.
Oops. Go to
Go to
Oops. Is that
Oops.
www Oops or okay?
W-O-O.
Dana Eagle.
Uh-huh.
It is synonymous with Whoops. DanaEagle.com. And then I should have fixed the menu this morning. But if you go under Explore, there's something called The Shift, I think.
Yeah. Can we go? Can we go there,
I
guys?
didn't. Okay, wait. Go to Explore. There should be a.
Explore.
Explore. There we go.
And is there something called The Shift?
Yeah, there it is.
And then that video. Well, that's going to be my newsletter for tomorrow. It's up a little early.
Can we click on it?
One is a comic and one is video. Yeah, you could click on my video. Sure.
Click on the video.
Yeah.
Let's see.
She's not wearing plaid. Ooh, look at that.
Dana, I love that.
Mood news. Mood news.
Did you make that?
This just in, scientists have discovered a blood test to help diagnose depression. They're calling it the greatest breakthrough since, hey, how you feeling? A new study shows gang membership is linked to depression. So is gym membership. We recommend you cancel both immediately. For those of you with links to a vicious, violent gang, you have a better chance of getting out of the fold than those of you with a membership to Planet Fitness. You want to get out of that Planet Fitness membership,
Forget it.
You're gonna have to join a gang.
Scientists
We're able to induce
Very good, Dana.
So good.
Thank you. It only took me 6 months to edit it.
And it goes from color to black and white like the Wizard of Oz.
Did you make your graphic from After Effects?
No, it's all iMovie.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It looks really good.
Very good. Well done.
Thanks.
Did you use a tutorial?
I did actually to learn some stuff. I've learned. I actually have 3 episodes, but I've gone back and re-edited them several times. So that one I was like, I think this is the feel that I want, and so now I'm going to go back and edit the other 2.
Okay.
And then I figure it's science news, which nobody follows, so they don't really know if it was yesterday or
true or not.
Right.
No, they're all true. They're all from the science and neuroscience headlines.
Awesome. So how often
Cool.
are you going to post a new one?
Oh boy, that's a lot of pressure.
Consistency. Remember the list here.
It's one of the pillars,
to build
right?
relationship.
You need a pillar.
It's a pillar.
Gotta have a pillar.
I don't know. I have to sign up for Sharon Houston's motivation boot camp.
I'll just call you in the morning and go, Dana, fucking do it.
Just do
Are
it.
you doing it? Do it.
Okay.
Okay, she's
That's
doing
what we'll
it.
do.
Grab a
So
pillar.
what do you have to promote?
Oh, I forgot to mention that I have a new podcast called Transfer College, the KCRW fan cast.
Oh my
Wow.
God. What time do you wake up in the morning?
5. Here's the thing. It's you're only going to like it if you're from LA and
Right.
you listen to KCRW, which is one of our public radio
Yeah, there you
stations.
go. Sure,
You
we're
will
in.
love this podcast.
They have a new tote bag, but
They
you
have
have
a-
to donate a lot of
You
money.
have to donate
I'm
so much money
so
for the tote.
in
It's
it for the
ridiculous.
tote.
You know what?
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're in it for the coffee mug. The tote's ridiculous.
Okay.
The tote and the hoodie are, it's too much money, and how dare they? But it's called Transfer College KCRW Fancast, where we talk about the DJs and we talk about NPR programming that we love that's also on
Great.
other public channels.
Oh, so you fanboy
How
on
fun.
NPR.
Totally.
Wow.
Nice.
I
God.
love NPR so much.
So what are your favorite shows?
Well, my favorite show is I have to listen to it in podcast form because they took it off the air. It's called Which Way LA with Warren Olney. Please bring back Olney.
Yes.
I
Listen to
love
her
Fresh
anger.
Air.
Yes.
I love
Very
Fresh
gross.
Air.
Fresh
Yeah,
Air with
she's
Terry Gross. Fresh Air. I
Love
love Fresh
her.
Air. I love Marketplace.
Yeah.
I love Marketplace. It's interesting. It's something that I'm not really that,
Is Wait, Don't Tell Me? That's NPR,
I hate
isn't it?
that show
Yeah.
more than life itself.
Really?
That's on KPCC. Fuck that channel.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't run it
They
on
stay in
KCRW.
Pasadena.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Thank God.
Oh, it's so funny because I did always have
Maybe
the
it's not an
confusion
NPR.
about sometimes I'm with KPCC and sometimes I'm with KRCW.
KCRW.
KCRW, but I don't always know which one I'm aligned with. But
Yeah.
it sounds like
Do
you're
you
going
have
to
to pick a
straighten me
team?
out. I think
Is it like the
sounds-
Dodgers and the somebody
Well,
else's?
KCRW
For a lot
is
of
like
people, yeah.
more of the big time.
Well, I don't know about that. KCRW is more like it's half music programming, half
Right.
NPR programming, and half KCRW programming. Then with KPCC, it's all talk.
It is.
So that's where you're going to hear
And that's Pasadena
bullshit
City.
like, wait, don't tell me. And
Okay.
That's 89.3.
yes,
Oh, very good.
And then
Dana.
what's the other one? Is-
89.9.
Well, I see they are close.
They're
They
very
always are.
close.
NPRs are
Yeah.
always at the end of the
Yeah,
dial.
they're always down on the left end.
So if you go to a town that you're not familiar with, just crank it
Go
all the
to
way
the
to
left.
the end. Yeah.
Go all the way to the 8s.
Sinestra.
Yeah.
So you're a purist. This is fun.
Yeah, it's so super fun. So Transfer College, and then I also have a web series that I don't know why it hasn't gone viral. I'm very mad at America. It's called Bob and Donna. It's about a couple from Michigan named Bob and Donna, and it's a travel show.
Okay.
Oh.
And I made it with my friend Randy, and I play Donna, and we're from Livonia, Michigan. And it's funny because we go to these big cities, and we're like, we have all these stores. Oh, look, Bab, look, it's a cheesecake factory. Wait, we have that. Can we watch it? Yeah, totally.
have Bob and Donna?
Okay, go Bob. This is how you'll have to find it on YouTube. Bob and Donna, and then Randy Eisenberg, because it's on Randy's channel.
Oh, wow.
Like, we need
Okay.
to make a Bob and Donna
Yeah.
channel. Maybe that will help. It's also on Instagram.
that would
you
help,
need to
yeah.
wake up earlier.
Yeah.
It's
I
on
gotta wake up
Instagram?
earlier. It's on Instagram. We edited
should do
short
1 minute
versions.
versions.
Okay.
So it's at Bob_and_. There, yeah. There's Bob. There's Bab and Dana. There they are, right
There's
there. That's
Bob and
episode
Dana.
Can we
1.
watch one?
Sure. You want to watch LA or New York? There's
You
New York.
pick.
Which one?
Pick LA. Do LA. Wait, pause it. Put in the Google Bob and Donna Los Angeles La Brea Tar Pits.
I'm in
Okay.
love with them.
They're so funny. And you know what that is? That we made these because we were depressed after the election when Trump won. So we said, let's do something funny. And that wig that Randy's wearing,
Looks
that's
like
a Trump wig backwards.
Yeah. Oh, it's backwards.
Stop
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Dana. And we're Bob and Dana.
That is great. A lot of
It's so
enthusiasm.
great. It's so
I
stupid.
told Donna there's more to Hollywood than just show business, and I had the perfect attraction for us to see. Donna and I have arrived at the La Brea Tar Pits.
I think this is going to be very boring, but we're going to check it out anyway. There, smell it. Smell it, Dad.
I don't smell it.
I smell the tar.
Well, my sinus infection still hasn't cleared. I need the after. Well, you need antibiotics. This is it. This is a pit of tar.
It's not very exciting, Bab.
Donna, it's a pit of tar.
You can't even get close to it. They've got it all fenced in, like it's Fort Knox.
I am down in from this tar pit, and it smells. It's like a little bit like a driveway mixed with a bathroom after I've had like a burrito bowl at Chipotle.
Going to the tar pits was a waste of our GG day.
I disagree. I thought it was fascinating.
It's a saber-toothed elephant.
Oh,
Bab
my
doesn't
God.
even know what a saber-toothed tiger is.
You know why I don't know what a saber-tooth tiger is? Because it's not a real thing. It's a saber-tooth
Just to remind you
tiger.
what you were
You're
watching.
making fun of my accent.
I'm not making fun of your accent. I'm making fun of your vocabulary.
Baby elephant.
Who's the mom and who's the dad elephant?
Well, that one looks like it might be the man. That's not a penis. That's just like a
Donna,
nut.
don't be crass.
They wasted an entire
It's almost
city
over.
black for those tar pits.
He didn't
Are you using a selfie stick to
Yeah.
shoot yourself?
I'll tell you
And
how
then they
we
just
thought of
closed
doing
it and charged you money to come
This
look
is the only
at it.
stuff shot on
Look
a
at all those
Canon.
little dags. Everyone brings their dags to the tar pits. One of those dogs could jump the fence, get in there, and die. Dags don't like tar.
There's more animals on top. What are those, Donna, since you can recognize all breeds?
I'm gonna say those are some kind of hyena.
I think it's in the wild cat family.
I don't. It is the hyenas are dog cats. They are part dog,
A
part
dog cat?
That is what they call the fire cat. They used to fight each other, and then whoever won got to have sex with the other one.
You think it's pre-coital?
They do it just like
I
we do
think-
it, Bab.
I
They
think-
fight and then they have sex.
Donna, if you see all the tar bubbling,
Oh yeah, I see it bubbling.
what does that mean when it bubbles?
It means that it's making more tar. Tar comes up from underground, keeps making more of itself, and then all of a sudden everybody's got a new driveway.
That is
right over
so...
there.
Oh,
Isn't
and
it
then
funny?
there's a promo for the
It's
next
all
one.
improvised.
Oh
I
my
want to go
God.
over
We
there.
improvised
What do
the
you
whole
think, you're
thing. We
gonna get
improvised stuff on the
discovered like
couch.
You don't have a
Turner?
cameraman. You're just
Yes.
doing your own stuff.
Well, yeah,
You
well,
like
when we were
watching
going to
Bab
do
and
this,
Janet?
Randy had
Watch
written
some more
scenes for us to do in front of a
episodes,
green
Pam.
screen. And I
Go
said,
and
no,
enjoy
Randy, we have to
yourself.
make it like a reality show. We're going out through Manhattan. And he goes, well, who's going to shoot it? I said, we are. We're putting a phone on a selfie stick.
How about that?
That is
That's
so
cool.
brilliant because also
Looks good.
Then it takes, but the thing is if it doesn't, or if like you're cut off, it's that's what you would expect from those two people.
Yeah.
Whereas with mine, I was like trying to get everything exactly right. That is the way to do it.
Yeah, the way to do it is just like guerrilla style, and then people can judge it. But it's like, oh yeah, of course it looks weird because they're shooting it themselves. You know, they're on their vacation. They're from Livonia.
Right, exactly.
That is
It just
so
adds to it.
great.
It's so
Thank
good.
you. I think
brilliant.
it's so funny,
Good
and I
content. Good
thank
content.
you.
Good content.
Thank you.
Good content.
It's
I
really
wish more people would
good.
catch on.
That's
We
a
think it's so
pillar.
funny.
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's hilarious.
subscribe.
Yeah, we're going to subscribe.
Thank you.
I want to thank you both for being with us. Dana Eagle, Sharon Houston, Joe Cipriano. Of course, we have Thomas Hubble and John Maddox in the booth, and Dina Friedman is with us. Yay, I'm Louise Blanker. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment, and tell your mom that this is your new favorite podcast, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.